Good morning, class. Today we will continue the lesson The Necklace, part 2, page number 28. I read the lesson first, then explain it. They looked in the folds of her dress, in the folds of her cloak, in her pockets everywhere, but they could not find it. Are you sure you still had it on when you left the hall? He asked. Yes, I touched it in the hall at the ministry. But if you had lost it in the street, we would have heard it fall. It must be in the cab. Yes, that's probably it. Did you take his number? No, they started at each other. They stared at each other stunned. At last Loisel put his clothes on again. I am going back, he said. Over the whole route we walk and see if I can find it. He left. She remained in her ball dress all night, her mind blank. Her husband returned at about 7 o'clock. He had found nothing. He went to the police, to the newspapers, to offer a reward to the cab companies. Everywhere the teenage glimmer of hope led him. She waited all day in despair at the frightful disaster. Loisel returned in the evening, a hollow, pale figure. He had found nothing. You must write to your friend, he said. Tell her you have broken the clasp of her necklace and that you are having it made. It will give us time to look some more. She wrote as he dictated. At the end of 1 week, they had lost all hope, and Loisel, who suddenly looked aged, declared we must consider how to replace the jewel. And so they went from jeweler to jeweler looking for a necklace like the other one, consulting their memories both sick with grief and anguish. In a shop at the Palais Royal, they found a string of diamonds which seemed to be exactly what they were looking for. It was worth 40,000 francs. They could have it for 36,000. Last lecture we saw Mrs. Foyster's necklace was missing and that it might have fallen somewhere. Today we continue it. They looked in the folds of her dress, in the folds of the cloak, in her pockets, everywhere. Here cloak means a garment worn over other clothes. It has no sleeves and fastens at the neck. They searched it in the folds of the dresses, the cloak, and the pockets, but they could not find it. Are you sure you still had it on when you left the hall? He asked. Mr. Loisel asked her if she remembered having it on while they were leaving the minister's house. Yes, I touched it in the hall at the ministry. Yes, I felt it as we came out. But if you had lost it in the street, we would have heard it fall. It must be in the cab. He asked his wife, but if you had lost it in the street, we should have heard it fall. It, it must be in the cab. The necklace must be in the cab. Yes, that's probably it. Yes, it is possible. Did you take his number? No. They stare at each other stunned. They look. They miss. Mr. and Mrs. Loisel looked at each other, utterly cast down. At last Loisel put his clothes on again. "I am going back," he said. "I am going over the track where we went on foot to see if I can find it." He left, and then he went to the way. She remained in the ball dress all night, her mind blank. She remained in the evening gown, not having the force to go to bed. And towards 7 o'clock, her husband was returned, but he had not found nothing, means he had not found the necklace. He went to the police, to the newspaper, to offer a reward to the cab companies. He went to the police and to the cab offices and put an advertisement in the newspaper offering a reward. But there was not a small glimmer of hope laid him. Here glimmer means ray of hope. एखाद्या आशेचा किरण. She waited all the day in the state of bewilderment before his frightful disaster. Loisel returned in the evening, a hollow, pale figure. He had found nothing. Loisel returned in the evening, his face looking pale. He had discovered nothing. "You must write to your friend," he said. "Tell her you have broken the clasp of her necklace and that you are having it mended. It will give us time to look some more." And he said his wife, "Write to your friend you have broken the clasp of the necklace and that you will have it repaired. That will give us time." And so she wrote as he dictated. At the end of 1 week they had lost all hope. When the week ended and there nothing found the necklace, they had lost all hope. And Loisel was, who suddenly looked aged, declared, "We must consider how to replace the jewel." Loisel was looking older by 5 years. He decided to buy another necklace. And so they went from jeweler to jeweler, looking for a necklace like the other one. Then they went from jeweler to jeweler, searching for a necklace like the other one. In a shop at the Palace Royal, they found a string of diamonds which seemed to be exactly what they were looking for. In the shop of Palace Royal, they found a chaplet of diamonds which seemed to them exactly like the one they had lost. It was worth 40,000 francs. They could have it for 36,000. And the necklace value at 40,000 francs, but they could get it for 36,000. So today we stop the lecture here and then continue the lecture next week. I hope you all understood the lecture. Thank you.